If you build your exercise programming based solely off of how badass the exercise name is, skullcrushers is probably on the top of your list. It's an old school tricep exercise that's typically done with free weights, whether it's dumbbells or barbells. Today, we're gonna change it up. I'm gonna show you a couple ways to set these up with bands that'll give you a different tension profile that gets harder as you go through the range of motion, and also it's going to take a lot of stress off your wrists and elbows, and furthermore, these are easy to set up no matter where you are. The easiest way to set these up is to grab yourself a 41-inch resistance band, a high anchor point, and make sure that it's on some kind of a wall so that you can brace yourself. Getting in is super easy. We're just gonna put our backside up against the wall, and then we're gonna split the band and grab it with a neutral grip, just like I'm doing. And then all you need to do is lean yourself out so that your triceps get to that fully extended position, kind of just where the band's gonna contact your forehead or maybe just above it. And then all you gotta do, keep your elbows close together and push and extend. Full extension, big squeeze at the top, and then we're gonna keep our elbows in a fixed position, and then all we're doing is pivoting at that elbow joint, and then also keep your core and everything engaged, because as you push out, it's gonna wanna push your body back up. You wanna keep this all fixed, and sometimes it helps to just lean over a little bit more so that you find that sweet spot. And the biggest thing here is to focus on controlling that tempo, big squeeze at the top. Let it down nice and slow, making sure that we have tension all the way through the range of motion. And you'll notice it feels completely different than a traditional skull crusher, but I still feel it a lot in my triceps, especially at this fully contracted position where I got peak resistance. And it's just a great way to do these. The next variation, this setup is a little bit more like a traditional skull crusher, so you're gonna need a bench or something to lie down on. And then sometimes the benches have a place where you can hook your bands. For this case, I'm using a Clench foot plate underneath of my bench. And then all I'm gonna do is grab my band, loop it through here, split it in half, and then grab yourself a steel rod or a pipe, something very sturdy. And then you're just gonna slide it onto your band, and then we're gonna split it apart about as far as we can go, making sure that everything is nice and centered. And then set the foot plate up nicely so that all you need to do is hook this right onto the bench, so that'll kind of get the tension in a good spot and fix everything so that we can lay down on the bench and grab the bar, just like we would with traditional skull crushers. Reaching overhead, grab our bar, get our grip nice and set. And then I like to have, obviously my elbows are basically vertically up over my head here, and I'm gonna keep them there the whole time. We're pinning those elbows into a position, and then all we're doing is pushing through the rep here, extending at the elbow, big squeeze at the top, let it down nice and slow. Exhale, big squeeze, let it down nice and slow. And the reason we folded that band in half is so I can get really good tension here at the bottom of the rep, pulling my triceps into that fully extended position. And as we push through, you're gonna get good fatigue. And at the very top of the rep, you're gonna get peak resistance at that full tricep lockout. And it just feels really good. And then also just a quick tip is I always place this bar up over my head, so that way it's pulling it down and it's not pulling it down into my face, so that we don't actually crush our skull during this rep. But honestly, this is a great way to set it up, and it feels a lot different than the regular skull crushers, and I don't notice any stress or pain in my elbows or wrists, and it's relatively easy to set up. All right, there you go. Let me know in the comments which of these two variations is your favorite. Also, if you liked what you saw today, be sure to smash that like button. Furthermore, if you want to see more content like this, check out the on-street video links. We got tons of videos like this on our channel. Would love to have you stick around and subscribe. Furthermore, if you need any of the bands or accessories shown today, head over to clenchfitness.com. We will hook you up, and thank you for watching.